Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of the FGW podcast. I am your host, Faiza Garba-Wakili, and today we are excited to have Patricia Annette Estes Dogo joining us for today. Patricia is a 200 level student who is generously sharing her personal story, highlighting the triumphs and challenges she faced as a Nigerian student. Get ready for an honest and inspiring conversation about the realities of a student's life in Nigeria and overcoming obstacles and staying motivated. Let's dive in and explore Patricia's journey. So, good day, Annette. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, Annette, can you introduce yourself to us and the course you're studying?
Well, my name is Patricia Annette Estes Dogo, and I'm a student of Newgate University, currently studying international relations, and I'm in my second year.
So, what motivated you to study international relations?
Well, to be very sincere and frank with you, I actually from the start did not know that there was a course called International Relations till I came to Newgate University. My course initially was law. I wanted to read law, but because when I came to Newgate, they didn't have law in the school. So they told me that there was a course named International Relations, which is closely related to law. So I decided to go for it since it's closely related to my passion, but my initial passion was law.
Okay, since you wanted to study law and you didn't get law,
Yeah.
So how did you feel about that?
Well, at first I felt sad, but later I decided to accept reality and I got used to the course because it became fun to me because of the way I understood it and because of the language being taught. And I was like, maybe I'm just destined to read the international relations, not actually law, because it's not everybody that is actually destined to read law. There are some people that maybe they want to read something, but because of circumstances it leads to another thing, and you come and realize at the end of the day that what you wanted to choose was not actually the best for you, but what God gave you was actually the best for you.
So now that you're studying international relations, how do you feel about the course? Do you like the course now, or have you cultivated the passion for the course?
Yeah, I actually like the course because it has opened my mind to new things, taught me about new things, made me to go deeper in my study because, international relations is just like you have to know how to read. You have to have this motivation of reading because there are some books, like some political books, which will help you. And I feel like all these books have helped me to open my mind, and I feel like after this course I can be able to study any other course. Even if I want to go back for a second degree in my law, I feel like it will really help me because I have a little bit of understanding which is related to law.
All right, that's nice. So can you tell us your CGPA so far? Like, which level are you first and then your CGPA?
Well, I'm in 200 level, but my CGPA actually is passing now because of some vital reasons, so I can't actually tell you my CGPA.
Reasons best known to you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what are the strategies you actually use in studying now that you're studying international relations? So what are the strategies you usually use in studying and achieving your academic success?
Well, you see, you just don't carry book and say you want to just study like that. Like now, in the university setting, when you enter university, you're supposed to master everywhere. First of all, when you get to a university, you're supposed to know what CGPA is, number one. You're supposed to know what GP is, number two. Understanding those two things first will help you to give you a direction on what you want to achieve. But if you don't even know what CGPA is, don't know what GP is, you cannot be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And you have to also motivate this aspect of early reading. Some students, they wait till when it's like maybe when it's like 1 day to exam or 1 week to exam or 2 weeks to exam. That's when they will start reading. You start reading from the day that they start teaching you, so that you can understand and make sure that you are always attending lectures, because some students feels like attendance don't count. And not knowing that attendance sometimes may boost your marks, and you will not even know that it's the attendance that boosts your mark.
But some say that the attendance is not being used by some lecturers.
Attendance is actually, some lecturers will tell you that they don't use the attendance, but at the end of the day, they will have to use it. Because you cannot say that all your tests and assignments will cover up for your assessment. Attendance for me is actually important. Let me even tell you something. It's my attendance that usually even used to help me sometimes. Because there are some courses that maybe if you want to write their exam, it's usually difficult. But with your attendance, like you just need 1 mark to get maybe an A or a B. But with the attendance will help you to push. And maybe you get like a B or an A in your result. And then if students can motivate this habit of waking up, I know it's not everybody that can wake up in the night to read or stay awake. Like me, I stay awake. Like I can be online, but I'm also reading. I can be chatting with you, but I'm reading. I can stay online from 12 to 3 a.m. and I will not sleep. So it depends on your capacity, but you have to start early to be able to develop the attitude, because if you are not used to it, you will definitely slip off on the way.
So you are one of the nice readers, right?
Yeah, actually before I don't like reading in the night.
Okay.
But when I came into the university, I realized that if I want to achieve my goals, I have to read. I'm a daytime reader. I don't read in the night. But when I came to the university, I realized that, okay, university is not the same thing as secondary school.
Yeah, the system is different.
The system is actually different. So your reading aspect has to be higher than your university. The way you used to read in your secondary school, your university reading has to be higher. So I had to develop that attitude in me, even though it wasn't easy for me, but now I'm used to it. Everything is balanced now.
It seems like you're actually enjoying this international relations after all. So, can you tell us like some of the setbacks or how you handle failures and setbacks?
Well, you see, let me start from my nursery school actually. I went to Mao school. That's where I actually started my nursery school from. And then from there, I went to MIPA. I got a transfer to nursery 3 in MIPA. So when I got to MIPA, they could not take me to primary 1 because they actually said that I don't know how to read and write. So they repeated me. Although I did not really feel it then when I was small. But then getting to primary 1, primary 2, I was getting like 10th position in MIPA. And I was feeling bad because I saw my mates, they were scaling through, and me, I was like, I felt like I was failing, and then nobody to motivate me, nobody to encourage me or nobody to motivate me. So there was a teacher, her name was Miss Joy. I can actually say she's my first mentor. She called me, she spoke to me, she encouraged me, she told me that I can do this. And there was a teacher, I've forgotten her name, but she also encouraged me. And then when I get into primary 3, I realized that I was improving because at that time I got 3rd position. So I realized that, okay, yes, I actually know something. So after primary 3, my primary school was actually smooth for me. Getting to my secondary school, just 1, just 2, just 3. From my just 1, actually, I thought that secondary school is actually the same thing as primary school. Not knowing that you have to work harder. Because when I got to just 1,
the higher you go, the more you have to step up.
Because when I got to just 1, to be very sincere, my first term exam, I did not read for it. I was playing. The way we used to play primary school, that's how I used to play. I was playing. I did not know that in secondary school you have to read to be able to pass the exam. But when I saw my result, nobody told me to read second semester because me too, I felt bad. And then I left my parents in just 3, went back to Mao in SS. No, I actually went to Hima first. That was during the Corona year. After Hima, I went to St. Clement. and I did SS2 there. And I came back to Mao and I started SS2 third term, and that was where I finished from. Actually, in Mao, it was very, very, very difficult for me because in places like Mao, they don't groom students for JAM, unlike other schools that groom students for JAM. So I was kind of finding it difficult in writing my exam and understanding, and we hardly had extensions that time. But to the glory of God, I scaled through and I made it to the university. And then coming to the university, I don't really have setback. I just feel like I just need to work harder, because with the zeal I have, I've not failed like throughout to my first year and my second year, because I've only spent barely 2 years in the school. So I don't really have any failure or setback in the university right now.
That's a nice one. But then, as a student, as a Nigerian student in a Nigerian university, do you think first class, as a Nigerian student, do you think first class is achievable to any Nigerian student?
Yeah, I think first class is very achievable to any Nigerian student if you have a plan.
Like what plan? Tell us your secret.
Like I said, first you have to like some people now in the school, like I said earlier, they don't even know what is CGPA till they see their result. That's when they start knowing what is CGPA. And so people don't start early reading. No, you have to work towards your goal, because you cannot wait for your goals to come and meet you. You have to follow your goals. So I feel like people should just have this motivation. Yes, I know that it's not all about reading, and some people say, like now, our generation today, they feel like first class is nothing, because you end up graduating, you will not get work with the first class certificate that you have, and people that do not get first class, we still have job.
Well, some of those first class are having jobs now.
But not all. Like few of them that have connection. People that like finish from various schools, I now say okay, they got a first class, but they don't have job. Most of them don't have job. Except if you have connection now in Nigeria, as I say, or you have like a corner business that you are doing. But to just say you graduate with first class and you get job immediately, it's not possible in Nigeria. So I feel that is what is downgrading people's mindset towards first class, but they can actually, and that's what is discouraging. But I feel like they can actually work hard to achieve it.
So what will be your advice to your fellow students that are striving for their academic excellence, and how do they stay motivated?
There's a saying that says every failure leads to success. So I feel like when people fail, they should not feel discouraged. Like they should try to work harder. They should not just relax like that, because there are some people that will fail and they'll feel okay, maybe it's not for me, book is not for me, or something like that. They'll feel discouraged. So I feel like they should just work harder. Maybe if they work harder again, they can achieve what they actually want to achieve.
So what do you hope our listeners take from our conversation today?
I hope that they will work harder, and with all what I've said, I hope it will give them the encouragement that they need to be able to achieve whatever they want.
So thank you for sharing your voice and your insight with us, and I hope we will all take a valuable lesson from today's discussion. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next episode.